What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Tommy Zachary back with Big Kriegs, Kings of the Clubhouse. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Just going to hop right into it. Short and sweet episode today. After our two MLB previews, if you haven't checked those out, go ahead and do so. College hoops. Michigan State lost this weekend on Saturday to Wisconsin in the semifinals. Wisconsin just played better. I'd rather them lose now this past weekend than this coming weekend. So,
Yeah,
not a terrible loss.
Wisconsin just shot the shit out of the ball. They could not miss in that game. But yeah, with Wisconsin beating Michigan State in the semis, Michigan also beat Maryland in the semifinals on Saturday. And then Sunday played Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament, and they won. Really, exactly what I said when we talked about it last week. They needed this big. I think the double bye was going to help them. I said the double bye was either going to help them or they're going to be an early out, and the double bye helped them. And it, turned out that they played really well. Wisconsin, I think, is probably a better team than Michigan. I think they just ran into playing 4 games in 4 days, and it catches up to you. They were taking good shots in the game. They just weren't hitting them. But Michigan won the Big Ten tournament. So Michigan State wins the regular season. Michigan wins the Big Ten tournament. Both of them not projected to have good years. Excuse me. So it's good to see that. Fast forward to next weekend. March Madness is the bracket's officially been set. As we're recording this today, there are games tonight. For some of the play-in games. Michigan State and Michigan are in the same region. I believe we're in the South region?
Yes, with Auburn.
Yes, with Auburn. Auburn, the number 1 overall seed. Michigan was the number 1 overall 5 seed. Michigan State, I believe, was the number 2 seed, correct?
I don't think so.
Were they the number 1?
No.
Number 3 then?
I think they were 3.
Because it would have been Bama.
Tennessee then them.
Yeah.
No, they were the 4th. Because St. John's.
Oh, St. John's, yeah. But either way, I think this just proves in general that the committee's done on Friday night. They don't really care what happens in the conference tournaments because there's no way that Michigan should be a 5. I think they should have been a 4. I don't think they had the resume to be a 3, but there's no reason that they should have, or that Maryland or Purdue get the 4 over them. I mean, you finish second in the Big Ten, and then you win the Big Ten tournament. I don't see how you're still a 5 seed behind some of these.
4th in the Big Ten.
Finished 3rd, I thought.
I finished 4th. They're the 4 seed.
Well, either way.
It's been proven that the Big Ten tournament does not matter unless it's a team who's on the bubble.
Right, or like a team that's not going to make it wins. Obviously, they're going to get the automatic bid.
That's the only way it throws a wrench in the plans. So,
we are going to put out in this video, whether it's going to be in the comments of here or wherever we share it. We created a pool for Kings of the Clubhouse. Anyone's free to join. It's just a friendly, fun little thing. I've created my bracket. Zach has not yet, but he's going to do so shortly tonight. We're going to put them out, and, feel free to join it, share it with your friends, have your buddies join it, whatever you want to do. It's just a friendly thing of having some fun.
Yeah. That'll be I'll share it with the video on social media, and then in the description of the video, it'll be there as well. Be fun. Hopefully we have good turnout. See who wins. We'll announce the winner as well. And we can probably go through leaders every week before the next round starts.
Just give little updates here and there.
Yep. Baseball. Cubs lost to the Dodgers 4-1 earlier this morning. Game 1 of the Tokyo series. Had a 1-0 lead with Shota in. And once Shota came out, the wheels kind of fell off. Ben Brown Yeah, couldn't find his fastball, struggled, and after I think it was a leadoff hit in the third inning, the Cubs didn't have another hit the rest of the game.
They
Which
got
is
plunked. John Birdie got plunked, and that was their only base runner after that. 0 for 8 combined with Kyle Tucker and Matt Shaw in their debut. Not what you'd like to see out of those two, but I'm sure being in Tokyo has something to do with it. It's the first game of the season. It's a long season. Ben Brown not being able to find the zone at all with his fastball today did concern me. I think they pulled Shoto an inning too early, but I understand it's the first start of the year. Don't try and tax him. But game 2's tomorrow. It'll be Roki Sasaki versus Justin Steele on the mound. So the Tokyo crowd gets Roki, and Justin Steele gets the nod. I think he's probably our opening day guy. Any other scenario, if it's not in Tokyo, I think he's our number one.
yeah,
So I think they just wanted to get the Shota Yamamoto start, which Shota pitched well. Yamamoto didn't pitch bad either. Miguel Amaya had a really good gapper, piecing up the ball. It's good to see him continuing to do well. But yeah, just overall not a good showing from the Cubs on opening day for the Tokyo series, and I think we can confidently say that the Dodgers are still good.
yeah.
It's the Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers.
That's without Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman was a very, very, very late scratch.
Like an hour and a half before game.
Yeah.
I think obviously it's two outcomes, but I think Roki either struggles or deals tomorrow. I don't think there's in between where he's just all right.
Yeah,
I think he's either going to look like Yamamoto did last year, or he's going to look good. I think it's one of the two options.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see.
Hop into some Monday Night Raw. John Cena returns. Cody called him a whiny bitch, basically for saying that the fans are the reason he did what he did, and which I mean, Cena had a point. Called out the fans for what they are, year after year after year. Look, Krieger and I talked about this last night. It's kind of not what we expected from John right away. Obviously, it's the first time he's talked since Chamber, so it'd be interesting to see where the story kind of goes from here. They are scheduled to be under the same building again, under the same roof next week when they have a 4 p.m. start time with them being overseas.
Where are they at next week?
I don't know.
Glasgow. They're in Scotland. But yeah, I think John Cena came out and he did the little play fake of, if I'm going to talk, you guys don't deserve me to talk, blah blah blah. Finally ends up talking. He cuts a pretty good promo. But I think, like we were talking about earlier, we want to see more, but you can't just give it to you all right away. You got to build it up over this next month. Excuse me. And you go from there. But yeah, I think it's going to be really cool to see. He's got the same gear, got the same theme. He was talking about how, even the fans that support him are the bad fans too. And they called out some little kid. that's going to be a meme for years and years to come. Some little chubby kid from Brussels. So, but it'll definitely be interesting to see what they do for him. I'm going to be all for it. Cody, I think they're going to low key do this as like, I think they're going to show little bits of Homelander Cody in this, and I think it starts to show a little bit of a bad side of him. Like he's going to be very ruthless in doing this stuff.
I don't disagree. They'll find a line where it's, because they're not going to turn him heel. With Cena being heel, There, I
Right.
don't see a world in which Cody changes sides, but it would be cool to expand on Cody's character a little bit. Braun Breaker retained his IC title versus Finn Balor in a good match. I love when they let Finn wrestle and not these gimmick heel matches.
Yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
God. It was cool to see them work. It was cool to see he had kind of the momentum the whole match. Um, Judgment Day came out, did their little shenanigans, and kind of cost Finn the title. It'll be interesting to see what happens after the match. Dom went and picked up the IC title, and went and they beat down or tried to beat down Braun Breaker with it. And I think it's stop, Nemo. And my bad. I think they're kind of setting up for Dom to be the one to steal it from Braun, and steal it out of Finn's grasp, and that's how Finn goes away, like from the Judgment Day. And then I think that sets up for the next topic, which Zach can talk about.
Penta wants the IC title. He made that clear after he beat Ludwig and another banger, an unsanctioned match. Well, not unsanctioned, but no rules. That match was awesome. Ludwig Kaiser is very underappreciated. He just keeps doing his job. Like, he's getting other guys over. His character's awesome. He has good matches. He's kind of the total package. I'm hoping they kind of elevate him a little bit. For
You gonna wake up, dog?
trying for helping elevate other guys. And then another thing, Dakota beat Ivy in kind of a short match. Ended up turning around once American Made got distracted. Well, tried to distract Dakota, and then him getting taken out. But yeah, Penta just flat out said, "I want their Intercontinental Championship."
Well,
and
he said the Continental,
yeah,
talking about AEW, but whatever. We understand. Yeah, so that's why I could see them doing this whole Dom thing to get through to Finn, and then Dom and Penta having a go at it. That would be quite the ordeal. I think that those would be some really good matches.
I don't think Dom takes it from Braun. I think we're getting Dom versus Finn at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be the final. Finn's gonna snap, and I think we're gonna end up getting babyface Finn again. Obviously, we're still a month and some. Oh, we like 20 some days.
Yeah, about a month out. Yeah.
We'll see. There's still tons of time. I know doesn't seem like that, but there is. There's 2 shows a week where things can escalate and evolve. Right. Then we had a snooze fest. Jey Uso squash Austin Theory in like 30 seconds. Hit a spear that looked like a crossbody to win, and then botched a dive to the outside. Twitter was having a heyday with that botch. A lot of people aren't happy that it's Jey and Gunther, especially how Gunther's went and had a couple good matches against good wrestlers, and now it's going to be the same match they had previously for the title before. Like, there's 10, 15 guys that you could have given the match to over Jey, which he deserves to at the same time. It's like, literally, like, he could have had the match at a different pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, he did have the match at a different pay-per-view. He had it. What was it at?
Yeah, Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this wasn't a good. This wasn't a point for Jey in the category of looking forward to his matchup at WrestleMania. You see him do this squash fest and then botch a
outside dive.
Yeah, an outside dive, and people are not happy. I think the WWE put it on, or the video on their YouTube channel. It had like 20,000 dislikes in the first 24 hours. So people were not happy about it.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do to get me invested in this match, and I feel bad for Gunther.
Yeah, it sucks. Seth Rollins came out briefly. Called out CM Punk and Roman, said, all these heated rivalries and stuff. He's like, well, I guess I'll just see you guys on Friday then. So he said he's going to go and confront everybody on SmackDown. I think it was just hey, show up in Brussels because you're on the tour and get a pop and talk a shit. So we'll see them on SmackDown. So that means CM Punk and Roman Reigns are probably going to be there in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in the back or in the ring. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. That's looking like a triple threat at Mania. But who knows?
Yeah. That's one of the non-title matches that I'm excited for. I still think that they're going to add a stipulation to it to put one of them in a title match, but they could just go flat out with the triple threat match between them. Like I said, last week or the week before, that'll probably main event night one, which it should. That's besides the Cody versus Cena. What other big match do you have that's gonna draw like those three?
I mean, do you think they give it to Bianca, Rhea, and Io?
They could. I think that's the only other option. I think it's between those two matches.
We'll talk about that. Go
ahead. Something else too. LWO beat American Made. We had Luchador Gable come back.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Forgot about that.
Which, like I said, I like what they're doing with him and American Made, and hopefully it continues to be a good story and something enjoyable, because there have been some snoozes on Raw as of late. But adding back into the women, Rhea added her signature to the contract for the Bianca and Io Sky match at Mania. They signed, no issues. Out comes Rhea. Kind of close to the same thing that happened last week. Pushed Io out of the way, but then Rhea got the upper hand. Tried to break Io through the table with Bianca on it, and the table didn't budge.
Yeah, that's not good to see. Gotta pre-cut those a little better for the women.
Table was not ready for them. Like I said, that it'll be between that and the CM Punk, Roman, and Seth match. I think those are the two options for main eventing night one. I don't see. You're not going to put Jimmy or Jay and Gunther main eventing night one.
No, not with as many people are uninterested in it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was drawing more, maybe think about it. But with as much draw that it's been getting, I don't think there's any chance that you can.
They've already shot themselves in the foot with this match. Don't have it main event night one.
Yeah, because then people are going to critique it even more.
They're going to turn it off.
Yeah. I don't think they'll turn it off, but people are going to lose interest.
We already talked about our March Madness pool. I'll put that in the comments or in the description, the link to the pool. Get your entry in there before Thursday. Yeah, best time of the year. Baseball's back. March Madness is going on. It's getting nice out for those of you that live in the northern states and Midwest. It's nice.
Mania's right around the corner.
Yeah, it's a great time. But I don't have anything. Do you?
No, sir. That'll do it.
We will catch you guys on Friday. Have a good week. Peace.